Welcome back. We have two discussions, and we're just going to go straight to them. Okoyemi, you're taking the first discussion.
Yes. Um, Governor Dakwa Abiodun approves weekly day of for approved weekly day of 10,000 transport allowances for Ogun State workers. The Ogun State Governor, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, has approved a set of palliative measures for public servants in the state, including a weekly day of duty and a 10,000 transport allowance to cushion the effect of rising fuel prices and increased cost of living. Okay. Let me quickly jump on this one for you. 10,000 naira. I mean, that should get you about maybe 7.5 or around 8 liters of petrol. If you are a civil servant and then you want to just say, whatever the government is giving me as a token is just to fuel my car and rest. But it doesn't make any sense. What can 10,000 naira do for you in a month? And it's even for civil servant alone in the States.
Okay, my honest opinion. Is that what you want?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just quickly say this. First of all, I've always been taught, to be thankful and grateful for little so that much will come.
Okay.
All right, so to Governor Dakwa Abiodun, we'd like to say thank you, Thank you for this that you have done. And would like to also inform you that it would be nice, if you could go the whole hog. Now, it's not really clear if this 10,000 is per month or per week or per day. That we can't tell. So I'm not able to really, know the size of the palliative that is given to the civil servants. That information is, for me, incomplete. But having said that, if this is one of the things that Governor Dakwa Abiodun will be remembered for in Ogun State among the civil servants, which do not constitute a majority of the people who reside and who are from Ogun State. So it's still dealing with another 1%, if you know what I'm talking about. When you give the civil servants a 10,000 relief package, whether it's per day, per week, or per month, you're taking a class of its own out of the general public. And this is what we don't want. We don't want you to say that some Nigerians are more equal than others. What we want is, okay, these people reside in Ogun State, these people are from Ogun State, we will treat them, as people from Ogun State, and whatever whatever that comes out of Ogun State, they are entitled to, in my opinion. So, yeah, thank you for that incentive. It's a step in the right direction, and I'm sure it's appreciated by the civil servants. To some, it may not make sense. It depends on how often that 10,000 is going to come. If it's going to come on a daily basis, then it makes sense. If it's going to come on a weekly basis, it's not a bad thing. But if it's going to come on a monthly basis, I'm telling you, it's really not going to do anything. I asked Okwe, I said, do you want my candid opinion? He said yes. So that's what I'm actually giving right now. And if it's one of the things that Dakwa Abiodun will be remembered for, well, Governor Dakwa Abiodun will be remembered for in Ogun State, maybe we should add that to the list. So this is number 2 on the list.
Well,
palliatives to the civil servants. Now, we must realize that civil servants is a class. So the first one is the airports in 8 years. Thank you for that. And also, thank you for the palliative.
Why am I reading sarcasm to what you are saying?
That's
part of me is saying a part of me is saying this is sarcasm on a whole new level, because the way you are emphasizing civil servants, 10,000, number 1, number 2, a part of me is saying this is sarcasm taken to a whole new level.
Well, I don't understand what you're talking about, because I'm only showing gratitude. Is it a crime?
So I'm trying to define the gratitude. For someone that spends 50,000 to fuel a car every day, and then he's saying that it's good that you're giving people 10,000 naira every month.
Okay, but you already know.
I'm sure the people behind the
and I'm
camera
not hiding
understand
it.
what I'm saying.
But okay, you know,
The
and I'm not hiding it.
is a whole new game from you this morning.
Because you know
Well
that
done,
I'm not
well
happy with the governor of Ogun State. I have said this on this table. I say it every day. Because for 8 years, we didn't have good roads. We don't have power supply. We don't have good water. We have to do our water ourselves. The list goes on and on. I can keep counting. He's not particularly somebody I'm happy with. If I was talking about a Babajide Sanwo-Olu, you would see me radiate, you know. You see the excitement in my voice, you know, see it on my face. You'll be able to read it. But I'm not particularly happy with him. You don't expect me at this age to sit on this table and start to sing his praises for something he has not done. I'm not happy with him. I mean, he's made life exceedingly difficult for me living in Ogun State. And honestly, I had so many regrets, you know, that I built a house in Ogun State. And that shouldn't be the case. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if I'm sounding sarcastic, perhaps I am being sarcastic.
Yeah, you see, from Ogun State to Kwara, we have come back to Ikeja roundabout. That's where the conversation started.
But listen, they said if it looks like a duck, it has the legs of a duck. It has a beak of a duck. It's sounding like a duck. But you know, it's a duck now, really and truly. And you know, I'm not one to hide my feelings. I would say, I asked you a question. I said, you want me to hit it on the head? And you said yes. And I went ahead and hit it on the head. So that's the point. The point is that he had 8 years to prove himself. You know, when you're given an opportunity like that, and I always say, you know, just hit the ground running and you maximize the time that you've been given. Now you're leaving. You're opening an airport.
Oh, you agree that he's leaving?
Well, he'll soon leave. But I didn't put a title to it. No. Listen.
You said no, it's not.
But I did not put a title to it. Did I put a title to it?
It's not semantics.
Whatever.
It's just the nomenclature. He's leaving and outgoing. It's the same thing.
Whatever.
It's English of 2 generations. He's leaving and outgoing.
So what are you saying? Which generation am I? Which generation?
Gen Z squared. Let's take the second story.
Let's look for my wahala. All right. We're looking at the next discussion, and fallen hero. Honoring sacrifice, Okpebholo grants scholarships to children of Brigadier Braimoh. Governor Monday Okpebholo has approved full educational scholarships for the 3 children of the late Brigadier General Hosseini Braimoh, who died in active service to Nigeria. The Edo State government said the scholarship would cover the children's education from their current levels through to university. In a move aimed to support the family of the fallen officer who was an indigene of Edo State, and recognizing his sacrifice, he was one of the soldiers killed on April the 9th when suspected Boko Haram and the Islamic State West Africa province members carried out coordinated attacks on military formations in Beni Sheikh. Am I right?
Yeah, you did.
I did. I got it right. Along the Maiduguri-Damaturu highway. He was buried with full military honors at the Malari Cantonment Cemetery in Maiduguri, the state capital. Well, okay, this is your area. This is the area you grew up. You know everything about this. Apparently, you know, Governor General Hosseini Braimoh hails from Edo State, and the governor of Edo State has decided to give his children, you know, scholarships, you know, from the current level through university. Do you think that this is a good thing? Do you think it's a step in the right direction? Do you think that the governor has done well? Do you think that the federal government also should do some sort of good deeds for the family of the fallen heroes? Something different from what the president did when he visited Jos. We've had a stopover at the Jos airport, and you know, sometimes I don't want to get into these things, just like you rightly said, because it could rock my boat.
Yes.
It could rock my entire world.
It should.
You know, when you look at him stopping over in Jos, some people just lost their families. Innocent
33
people,
people died.
33 people died. Look at that innocent boy who the mother still hoped would.
Say, go and fight your killers. You
Exactly.
bury the boy with cutlass. Brand new double-edged cutlass.
And you went to the airport, you made a stopover, you told them that, oh, you have to rush
no
out
light on
because
your
there's no
runway.
light on your
So I
runway.
can't stay.
Can you imagine coming from the president? And I'm not criticizing the president, I'm just saying that our president needs to be more sensitive and do a whole lot more. You know, the truth must be told anyway. You know, so now the Edo State governor and government, you know, they're taking the lead. Do you think the federal government, you know, is shirking in its responsibility? Do you think they should have taken the lead? Do you think that the governor has done well and the state has done well?
I understand these concerns, and well, I appreciate Senator Governor Monday Okwebolo for you know, taking this lead and putting up this initiative. But I can tell you for a fact that for a brigadier general, I'm sure he has secured the future of his kids up to the university level. And then I'm sure one of them is even in the university already. So it's not like it's such a big deal as such, except you're sending those kids to school outside of the country. I would understand. However, this should not be limited to a brigadier general. What happens to the other lower ranked officers? It was not only brigadier general that was buried yesterday or was killed in that attack. What happens to those, you know, those other
officers? I think there was a captain.
Yes. What happened to those lower ranked officers that have children, that have wives? Shouldn't they also be taken care of? You know, there are times when you listen to or you watch some of the plight of ex-Nigerian soldiers. Some of them are still stuck at the military hospital in Kaduna with different degree of injury. Some of them have been amputated. Some of them have operations, they have injuries, and they are saying that government have abandoned them, that they're using their own monies to buy medications, to take care of themselves. The government needs to have a proper welfare package put in place for these soldiers so that, you know, when I was looking at the video of the burial yesterday, I looked at the number of you know, graveyards around that particular military cemetery. There are 2 of them or 3 of them in Borno State. That's that one alone. You look at how many people have been buried on that cemetery. Are their children also getting the same you know, incentive from the government? Are their wives also getting taken care of? Their aged parents that are feeling the pain of how they lost their children, that are putting their life in line to support and protect the sovereignty of this country. Are they also getting these scholarships? So if you are doing something for Brahma, you should also do it for Ali. You should do it for Adebayo.
What is
you should
good
do it
for
for
the
Kemi.
goose is
As
good
long
for
as
the
you are
gander.
within the system, as long as you died in service, the same hand of fellowship should be extended to everybody. So that I'm not going to be because, oh, my own death is high profile, because I was a brigadier general, that's why you are giving my kid scholarship. The son of the brigadier general is not bigger than the child of the captain or the recruit that was killed in line of duty. And that's the fact. Whether you are a brigadier general or you're a colonel, you're a captain, whatever rank you are in the army, as long as you died in service, the same scholarship, the same benefit should be extended to everybody, their family, their children.
Across board.
Across board. You should not just pick out someone. Fine, the late general was from Edo State. Maybe the governors of the other state. You know, we have a very funny thing in this country. When the Super Falcons won the 10th African Cup of Women African Cup of Nations, after the federal government had promised them $100,000, state governors were also giving them money. The media officer of the Super Falcons and one of the players got 50 million naira from Ondo State governor. Other governors were hosting them. So now maybe when they kill an officer that is from your state, you should also host the family of the officers and give them scholarship. The federal government is not doing that. Because yes, I respect the person that brought glory to this country by winning a tournament. But what about the person that paid the ultimate prize? That does not have the chance and the luxury to enjoy the benefit of that tournament within their own lifetime. Their families should not be forgotten. They should not be sent out of the barracks without nothing. They should not be left in the military hospitals to treat their own wounds with their own money. So if you are giving the scholarship to the children of this person because he was slain, then the children of every other person that was slain after, the children of the colonel and the 6 other officers that were slain on Monday in Maiduguri should also get scholarships. Who are you leaving them to? Who will take care of them?
Okay. Well done. You have spoken well, and you have driven the point home. These things should be done across board. But for me, most importantly, is the fact that this must not happen again. You see, whether you send them, well, first of all, let me start by saying thank you to the Edo State governor, because, like I said, you must always you say thank you, for little things. Perhaps more will come. So thank you to the Edo State governor. And then I would like to say to him, if there's one thing you must do, is to ensure that this does not happen in your
Again.
state, ever, ever, in your state. I mean, because I can't say to you, you should ensure that it must not happen in Nigeria, because we're talking on the state level. So your responsibility is that if you don't like what has happened to these families, and you're trying to compensate them, first of all, compensate them across board, and then ensure that this does not happen in your state. Do what you need to do to ensure that it never happens. That's when you will get our flowers on the table. And then to the federal government, I think it's time we get serious about facing this insurgency, insecurity, and going headlong with the bandits. I think Nigerians are getting tired. Tune any radio station, watch any television station, go to the social media. Nigerians are really getting tired of people being killed and nothing being done. The only thing that was done recently took the lives of some of our soldiers. And then the next one, the people who were affected, they say they're going to give them relief materials to bring them back and reinforce them. I think, it is kind of shaky. We don't really know which way to go. I said it yesterday, which way is Nigeria going? Sonny Okosun asked that question decades ago. We're still asking the same question, which way is Nigeria going? And I know that our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, knows which way Nigeria is going, because really the ball is in his court right now. But this is just a quick reminder, sir, that you need to, ensure that the ball goes into the goalpost. Nigerians can no longer wait for the dribbling here and there. We need for the ball to go into the goalpost. And you know what that means. Well, for me, I think I'm done today. And Okwe, I don't know about you, but I think it's time for us to call it a day on the Breakfast Express this morning.
Well, it's been a very interesting week. I think I had good time on the show, some good laugh as well today. So because it's TGIF, I thank God it's Friday. We just said to relax things a little bit. Even, we don't have the suits on, we don't have the big attires on and all of that. But I'm really excited, and I'm looking forward to a beautiful weekend once again. Today is my father's birthday.
Correct, guy.
And of course,
I was waiting for you to not to remember.
Problem will happen. I want to send a big birthday shout out to my father. He's a shepherd of the Celestial Church. So they say the sons of pastors are always the bad ones. But happy birthday to you, Mr. Alex Akinyode. You've been the best and continue to be the best. Long life. I think that's like the finest 73-year-old man alive today. Have fun.
All right, then from the breakfast table, we all say, everyone behind the scene and myself, and your son, Daddy, was saying, happy, happy, happy birthday. May God continue to prolong your life, and may you, see better years ahead. May He grant you good health and sound mind. And
Amen.
this time next year, we will celebrate you again. Amen. By the grace of God. All right, that's our package this morning. We'd like to say to you, please don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. It's at MITV Plus on Facebook, at MITV Plus _NG on Instagram, TikTok, and X. You can also watch our programs live on YouTube at MITV Plus _NG. Remember to click the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tom Aderele, and I always say before I leave the show, talk to the man in the mirror. Stand in front of a mirror, look at yourself, whether you're a man and woman, and ask that person to change his ways. No message can be any clearer. Just take a look at yourself. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. And this cuts across board, whether you are the masses or the government. We need to have a change in Nigeria. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again on Monday next week by the grace of God. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. God bless you.